So I wanted to try something different and kind of just give a thought on a passage that I've been reading, thoughts of just things that I've been dealing with, things that have come up, and kind of one of those frustrations that I have is struggles with daily devotions. Like you see the daily bread, you see those kinds of things, and for me, it's just a frustrating time. Because as a young Christian, I beat myself up for not being in the Bible daily, not reading the Word daily, and it just frustrated me, and which then made me think I'm a bad Christian, which kept me away from the Bible and didn't do that. And in all reality, devotion to the Lord daily is different daily. One of these verses here, therefore lay aside all filthiness and overflow of wickedness, and receive with meekness the implanted word, which is able to save your souls. But here in James 1:22, but be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in the mirror. For he observes himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. But he who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this one will be blessed in what he does. They do all these things, like even the Bible app has this daily verse, and you get a streak. You get to see how long that streak has been. And I've been a part of that, but do I even retain at the end of the night, if I read that in the beginning of the day, do I even retain what that verse was? And the fact is no, I don't. But my devotion to the Lord doesn't just start and stop at the Bible. I am constantly in prayer, talking to the Lord and asking Him to teach me, to show me His way, to reveal to me the Bible and what it's saying. So daily devotion doesn't have to look like I am sitting down for 30 minutes a day and I am reading the Word. Now, I do that, and I would say that that is not time spent frivolously. But what I'm saying is we all need to realize that a daily devotion encompasses everything in a relationship. It encompasses talking. It encompasses worship of the Lord. It encompasses doing things for the Lord, doing what He has told me, and not just being a good person, but like doing and speaking out encouragement of what He has said, speaking out boldly and furthering the kingdom. But we get so wrapped up in the church by constant rules being set before us. And what's funny is if you continue in that passage in 1 James, it says, if anyone among you thinks he is religious and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his own heart, this one's religion is useless. Pure and undefiled religion before God and the Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their trouble, and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. So that's basically saying going to church is not having just going to church is not having a pure religion, but actually doing what you are hearing, practicing, fixing yourself from sin, and staying away from those sins and struggles. That is a perfect and pure religion to God. But in a short explanation, that's obedience. That is obedience, which is better than sacrifice, as I've said so many times. But so daily devotion, guys, daily devotion is important, but it's daily communication with the Lord that is more important. And that, for me, has taken many different shapes over the years, over seasons. There have been times where I've just come down and sat and rested in the presence of the Lord. Let Him fill me. Let Him teach me. Other times it's been an hour of prayer, 10 minutes of prayer, throughout the day prayer. Sometimes it's been weeks of just not even praying, not even reading the Word, but just worshiping at His feet. And all of that is daily communication with the Lord. And that is what we are called to do. If we profess that Christ is our Lord and God is the Father and Lord of all the earth, and we go a day without talking to them, profess that we worship them, yet throughout our daily lives we just ignore them, can we really call ourselves Christians? Can we really say that we are living out that life? There's so much to glean, and I understand the struggles that people say, well, when I read the Bible, I don't even feel like I'm getting anything. When I read this passage, I don't feel like I'm getting anything. Nothing is jumping out at me. The first thought will be, okay, is your heart right? Is your heart and mind set to actually hear the Lord and see how he's working in that passage? And if you say, yes, my heart is right. I want to see him. I want to hear him. Then my next question is, are you actually being quiet and listening for what he's saying? And then the third thing is, sometimes you're doing both of those and you still get nothing. And the fact is further down the line, by being in the Word daily, you're gleaning information so that as situations arise where you're called to go and speak, called to preach, and some people go, I don't know the words, I won't have the words, I don't have the Bible memorized, so I really can't preach, or I can't minister, or I can't witness to people. The fact is, and the truth is that as you read the Word, it becomes ingrained in you, and the Lord, and I have seen this in many times, he has pulled up those verses. He has pulled up the words as I have witnessed to somebody, and they've been like, really? That's in the Bible? And I go, yeah, really, because he just reminded me of it. And that's the purpose. So even if you don't get anything out of the Word today, tomorrow, by being in it, it'll help you a week down the road, a month down the road, 2 years down the road. But even without it being fulfilling and seeing a purpose, the fact is that you are being with the Lord and you are showing him a daily devotion. There is worship in the temple before the Lord at all hours. When he understands that we're only one person and that you can't stay up for hours and hours on end. But I can give to him. I can invite him in to those hours when I would think he wouldn't even be interested in. Inviting him into my car right at work. Inviting him in to work hours. Inviting him into video games and church. Saying, Lord, show me. So daily devotion, don't beat yourself up because it doesn't always just look like sitting in the Word and studying it and then receiving and gleaning something from it. Because as you spend time with him in any capacity, that is what it's all about.